Now, Bill Maher has had a take that was interesting about Democrats, being a Democrat himself. He leans more to the middle. And he's basically saying, which I find it obvious when I look at what's going on, but maybe just because I'm working class, whatever. Uh, he's saying that basically Democrats are still playing a losing game. They're still trying to do things that didn't work because people have seen evidence of it not working, and they're still trying to push for it to be. And he seems to think, he's speculating that the Democratic Party is going to collapse on itself because they're standing for things that people don't agree with and didn't work. His argument is that voters, especially in the middle, tend to decide who wins and who loses, the people in the middle. And often the ones that crucially vote the middle are the ones who look at results, not rhetoric. And that actually makes sense. I think that's a pretty interesting assessment, because how else would somebody like Trump be elected, being that he was never a politician? And he got reelected after losing. How did he make that comeback? All those people in the middle looked at results, didn't they? Like I said, I don't like the way he talks, might not agree with everything he says, but the direction the country was going in when he was in charge was very different than when Biden was in charge. And I think Bill Maher, that was really interesting how he started that. And he's like, there's proof of it. He's like, in the 2024 elections, the Democrats that won were moderates. The ones that lost were extremes. And he says, like, you can, which is true, you could look at Venezuela, was in the 90s was the richest country in Latin America. And then when they took on socialism, they became the poorest. So you see this multiple times. And he's saying how in Poland, when they got out of socialism, they became richer and more successful. Now, I'm not being as specific as he was, but he's giving real world examples of what's happened outside of the U.S. and things that have happened inside of the U.S. of how socialism. And then he also identifies, which I totally agree, there are a lot of things that are socialized to soften the edges of capitalism. And I agree. I think there are some things that do need to be socialized that just aren't meant to make profit. And you pay taxes and you expect those kind of things to happen. That's one of the benefits of it. And I totally agree with that. There should be some level of socialism, but socialism cannot run everything, because not everything, some things have to fail. Some things need an incentive. Well, I would say most things need an incentive. And socializing everything takes that away, and that would just flatline the economy. It'd ruin the economy. Fire department, socialize it. Police, well,